Message 29, given at Dongo, Como, Italy, on December 19th, 1973. This morning, my son, you came with your mother to my shrine before the image of Our Lady of the Tears, which you have always loved and venerated from your earliest childhood, to celebrate Holy Mass on the 9th anniversary of your priestly ordination. This is a gift that I have wanted to make to you. Your returning on this day with your mother before me, who have always looked upon you with eyes filled with special love, who have chosen you from your infancy and have always led you by the hand. Never have I abandoned you, even when my adversary attacked you and snatched you from me, and was then sure of having conquered once for all. Because of this, you have had to suffer much. You have had to walk often in darkness and abandonment, almost despairing that I had heard your wails and your cries for help. But all this was part of my great plan. You seem now to have some glimpse of it, and your heart is filled with joy. But that which is most beautiful, most important, my son, is yet to come. I have chosen you and prepared you for the triumph of my Immaculate Heart in the world, and these are the years when I will bring my plan to completion. It will be a cause of amazement even to the angels of God, a joy to the saints in heaven, a consolation and great comfort for all the just on earth, mercy and salvation for a great number of my straying children, a severe and definitive condemnation of Satan and his many followers. In fact, at the very moment when Satan will be enthroned as the Lord of the world and will think himself now the sure victor, I myself will snatch the prey from his hands. In a trice, he will find himself empty-handed, and in the end, the victory will be exclusively my son's and mine. This will be the triumph of my Immaculate Heart in the world. If all the priests of my movement only knew with what care they have been chosen and molded by me to prepare them for this great task. Every detail of their life, even the most insignificant, has a precise and profound meaning. Therefore, let each one become accustomed to read with me in the stupendous book of their own existence. I will give them the gift of wisdom of heart, and they will understand with me the reason for all that concerns them, the reason for much of their lack of understanding, the reason for their sufferings, the reason for those times when they were abandoned, and even the reason for their falls. Oh, how many moments of darkness and of agony they must have had to experience in their lives, these beloved sons of mine. But these have been for them necessary and fruitful moments, because I was thus able to take greater possession of them, because I could detach them from their way of seeing, from their way of feeling, from their easy attachment to things, to results, to goodness, as such to success, so that they would learn to be mine, to live only for me by carrying out my wishes. I have wanted them to have, as it were, the impression that they were good for nothing, to be considered of little value. I have given them the great gift of humility of heart, of childlikeness of spirit, so that they might feel themselves as mine alone, and thus lose their dependence and reliance on everything else but me alone. Yet, it will be with these poor children of mine, mocked and trampled on, that I will realize my great plan. That is why each one must entrust himself totally to me at every moment. I will speak to them and tell them my desires. Do not be afraid of the difficulties and the misunderstandings you will encounter along the way. I will always be with you, and you, in spite of everything, will always be joyous. To win the battle which is approaching, I want to give you a weapon, prayer. Forget everything else and form the habit of using nothing but this weapon. The crucial times have come, and there is no longer any time for certain vain and superfluous things. There is no more time for useless discussions. There is no more time for chatter and projects. This is the time for prayer. Priests of my movement, offer yourselves to me so that I myself, in you and with you, may always pray and intercede with my Son for the salvation of the world. I have need of you and of your prayer to realize the great plan of the triumph of my Immaculate Heart.